than I was yesterday morning. In fact, a lot better than I was yesterday morning. Got to the dentist, got some answers. It was indeed an infection. Sounds horrible. Sounds kind of gross, really. What am I doing with an infection in my mouth? Yeah, it all related. I don't know. I feel like I didn't get that crown long ago. It was a little over a year ago. It was late 2024, which was not fun or cheap. And I was like, that's all I got out of it. And he said, like, it was kind of dicey when we did that crown. He claims he told me all that. He probably did. One crown, one tooth was more at risk than the other. I had two crowns that day, and yeah, off and on, this one's been having problems, and so, but it's much better today. But I'm on antibiotics. Don't really want to eat with a sore mouth, but I don't know about you, but I have to overeat when I take antibiotics. I guess that's everybody. They're just the worst. So, but it does give me an excuse to take it easy. It's like, man, I got a tooth infection. I can't really be overdoing it. Hey, what's up, Dan Z? Doing a lot better today, man. Ooh, having breakfast at Chick-fil-A, huh? Interesting. I've never had breakfast at Chick-fil-A. I'm aware that they have it. I just have never done it. I'm listening to a little Night 3. We got a new Wawa around here. We're getting a Buc-ee's, apparently, allegedly. Supposed to open late last year. I don't think the town wants the Buc-ee's anymore. I don't think they knew what they were getting into with the traffic. But the Wawa is a little more, it's better, and, it's Wawa. It's not an amusement park. And but people seem to be liking it. I'm like, all right, I might have to go over there and try out one of them sandwiches. Any of you guys in Wawa land? I hear they got some pretty decent sandwiches or something in there. A guy around here really liked the macaroni and cheese. He was doing a review on Instagram. He really loved it. So I'm going to ask you guys again if you had any favorites or anything from Mexico. I don't know why everybody gets so shy. And I'm not really meaning like, yeah, my friend, or a song I heard the ocean sing, or Mercury. Something more like that Transition and Stash, or the acoustic Water in the Sky. I'm thinking just something that maybe I overlooked that I could re-listen to without taking 35 minutes. Like a lot of these songs did this run. Rogue, right now I'm just late. This is late night 4, I believe. Yeah, Golden Age. About to hear a Slave to the Traffic Light. So if I go silent for 12 minutes, it's because I'm listening to Slave. Kind of started talking over that Golden Age. I don't think I heard a note of that. So. Oh, the spicy chicken biscuit or burrito. You guys don't have a Wawa yet, huh? Hey, what's up? Not much, Zoot. Zooty? Got a cat in your picture, Zoot? Yeah, that's what I'm listening to right now. It's not from what I'm hearing right now. It's kind of cool. Hearing Paige back there. It's like almost in the distance, but just always, it's hard to not hear Fishman and Trey. But then, ooh, what was that, Paige? Come on. Paige is like, oh yeah, you can't hear me? Check this out. Then of course Mike back there. He's doing this shit too. I was listening to something yesterday and I heard Twist. It was like, oh, they were going into Twist, right? Maybe was it a song I heard the ocean sing at some point, got really twisty? I don't know if I caught that live or not, but I think it was a song I heard the ocean sing. Perhaps not. I could be wrong. Maybe it was another one of the long ones. But did anybody got that? Anybody hear that? The Twist, maybe in a song I heard the ocean sing. I remember here. Then there was like a Casvot somewhere. Was that also in the song I heard the ocean sing? I think that and Carini, there were, and maybe one other one. It was like I kept hearing several things. And then Bathtub Gin, I felt like there was something. I'm like, what is that? Paige just caught my attention. So you guys didn't have one low-key favorite moment. Well, there's only 7 of you here. I don't know, like I'm talking to the whole Phish crowd. Appreciate you tuning in, though. You just think I'd have a little more to say for my own live stream. This is one of those live streams I was counting on you guys. I see I got the shirt written on. I also noticed I labeled night 4, night 3. Nobody know. You probably can't hardly see it. It's like I got the sets, the location, the date, and then I wrote night 3 on night 4. I don't know. That's not the first time I've done something like that. Night three though was the shirt. That was SE. He like look, a lot of times I don't know. Maybe by the end of the show I'd have forgotten about that shirt, but SE was like, dude, you got to talk about the shirt. He was right. I had to talk about that shirt. Normally it's like whatever. I don't know why you guys get so carried away with these shirts and pants and whatever Mike's wearing and Fishman's moo, but that shirt was something else. You gonna auction that thing off for charity or something? I have something to do with the Divided Sky, trying to raise some money for Divided Sky. That'd be cool if it was towards a good cause, I guess. Donate that first night's encore. Hey, what's up, Bathtub Jim? Hey, what's up, William? The question is, like, did you guys have a favorite, like something not that was like a 25-minute jam, but maybe something a little overlooked? Could be something simple as the transition and stash, or that water in the sky acoustic, or the dog faced boy encore. Just something maybe that's getting overlooked that you guys thought was really, really good. Maybe the tail end of this golden age jam that I'm listening to right now. Slept on, as they say. I think I like Fling Your Head more on the initial listen. Hopefully, that's not one of them Mike songs they play just like one time and we never get it again. I saw them at Starlight years ago and they played a Mike song. I think it was the one and only time they played that Mike song. I guess you could say that kind of made the show a little extra special, perhaps. But I did hear that about Ween. Well, I heard they were teasing a comeback. I didn't know if it was official or what. But yeah, that's cool. And yeah, you can talk about whatever. Oh, the Wave of Hope jam from New Year's Eve, huh? Okay, yeah, I definitely haven't. I didn't listen to a whole bunch of New Year's Eve. I continued listening to Phish in between New Year's Eve in Mexico, but mostly older songs and older shows or songs from older shows, just here and there. Not even full shows. A lot of, I don't even know, I don't want to call them ballads, but what do you call songs like Slave and Divided Sky and Pebbles and Marbles and Curtain With? Like, they're not really slow. I don't know what you call those songs, but those type of songs. And I don't know, maybe you could argue Pebbles and Marbles should never be on the line with Divided Sky, Slave, and Curtain With. Even Lizards, maybe kind of in that neighborhood a little bit. That's just really kind of, and then the only one they played was Slave to the Traffic Light, which I am about to hear. So if you don't hear from me for the next 12 minutes, because I'm knee deep in a Slave to the Traffic Light, I'd call them choreographed. Okay, yeah, that's not the choreographed songs. Yeah, but there could be a choreographed song that isn't that quite, I don't know. And then Slave certainly has a moment there, not always, but there's that section of Slave that is sometimes just kind of Trey in the build, really. Separates it a little. I see what you mean by that, but that's not quite it. I want to say like the composed songs, but then there's other composed songs like Foam, maybe, that doesn't necessarily fit in there. I guess just the slow build songs. I don't know. The early, well, then Pebbles and Marbles is not early. I don't know. You know those kind of songs. Dirt? Are you saying Dirt's in there? Okay. Kind of. Yes, you're right. That placement of Frankie Says was really good, actually. Because yeah, they could have played like what was the other comparables? Like Meat Stick is a fun song, but whatever. Frankie Says over Meat Stick for sure. And then No Man in No Man's Land was there. That was a pretty rockin' No Man's Land. Not a horrible call there for the third song of the second set after huge jams, but still, I'm saying Frankie Says was a better call than both Meat Stick and No Man's Land. Oh, then Lonely Trip, get out of here. It's 100,000 times better than Lonely Trip. So yeah, you're right. You're right. That Frankie Says placement was kind of awesome, actually. That was part of night three too. That's why I started having trouble being like, why wasn't night three my favorite? When like initially, I don't know. It's just a lot of it depends too. Could be, who knows why? I don't, because they were both great shows, but I just felt like at the end of night two, I was more fired up than I was at the end of night three. Like I had gotten more out of it, but then night three was equally awesome. Maybe it was the Simeon Life Beyond a Dream. as opposed to a debut and an antelope. That might have been the in the moment thing. I was pretty fired up about the shirt night three as well. And the start to night three got off a little slow. I wasn't a big BBE, big booty Egyptians. Blaze on, bounce, and evolved. I know Trey's into that. I know what you were doing there, Trey, with that shirt on and your BBE. Come on, isn't he a married man? And then even Wolfman's brother, yeah, a little predictable. That late set free, I don't know, yeah, man. I think ultimately, I don't know what my favorite night was. Ask me any day of the week, it could be different. But 3 and 2, both great. And Frankie says it's just another reason. And then yeah, late in the show when they could be giving up, like when they played number line and zero, instead we got a life saving gun. That golden age was strong. Oh, that what's going through your mind? Okay, so they ended sets pretty strong, really. And I know people love number line and zero. The little Zeppelin tease in zero was fun. I'm a little bit of a chomper like that, you know. I get kicks out of Zeppelin teases. So I'm like, oh, I knew that tease. He's teased 8 things tonight that I did not know. I knew the Sanford and Son too. Big Red Fox fan, always have been. I did. I always liked Red Fox. He's cracked me up. Still would if he was alive. Simeon. Because we got some Zeppelin in my friend as well. Is that true? All right, here we go. That's the part of Slave I really want to hear. It's probably not great for a live stream, but right around the 4-minute mark right now. Why won't that turn up? I'll turn that up a little. Turn my shits up. Turn them shits up. I don't even want to look at it. Just want to listen to this. Probably not a good thing to do live. But look, man, if I'm live streaming and this part of Slave to the Traffic Light comes on, you guys are take a back seat, you know? Care what year it is. And if this was Niagara 95, I'd stop the stream. Just out of respect for the song as I'm talking over it. You know, I think I described this as like they weren't really patient with the Slave Jam. I know I said it wasn't quite rushed, but it wasn't the most patient thing ever. Seeming a bit patient right now. Yeah, that's nice. Trey hit that note a little hard. Little hard. Soften it up, buddy. Yeah, so it's good, but it ain't. I listened to too many really good slaves right before this run. Slight sustain there, nothing to write on .net about. That's nice. Whoa. You probably were in the minority. PSL. What is PSL? Mm. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh yeah, most events are okay. You're right because that bathtub gin did kind of seem like it was going to close the set. Yeah, good call. I think you're right. You might be onto something there. Where's Walls of the Cave been? Speaking of closers, yeah, but that gin felt like it was closing the set, and then I think they were like, "Oh shit, it's only been an hour and 2 minutes or something," which would have been fine with me, man. Wouldn't have killed me if they ended the set right there. And I mean, look, it's a fitting name. Didn't plan this. Hmm. Yeah, my friend and possibly Wolfman's felt like second set stuff in the first set, if that's kind of what you mean. I like that they moved free down the list a little as well. Wasn't just because I called free that night, and once I thought I wasn't getting it, I got it. I don't know what I would think about a middle of like first set slave though, like how they do Reba and Divided Sky really early in the show sometimes. Probably screaming, aren't I? I don't know how I'd feel about like Slave being the fourth song of the night or something. He's really screaming now. Wow, 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 wow. Fishman showing up. Fishman's like, we're not done. That was nice. Perfect tone there. Mm. That's okay. So the hey, what's up, man? I know you even got it's been cold and bad everywhere, even down there apparently, huh? Leave them tell a guy from Florida to stay warm, but I won't. I wouldn't say that. I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna say stay warm, man. I hate that. Can't. You're living in Florida, dude. I'm sorry. I know you've had some cold weather, but I can't tell you to stay warm. It's been like minus whatever here. Zero is what I'm trying to say. Below zero. 7 below one night. But thanks for stopping by the stream. That was so much fun. Trey really enjoyed it. Now he's going to come back and play Loving Cup. And then he's going to realize we can't leave these people with Loving Cup. And then they played an awesome hood. The hood was really cool. It always is, though. That's kind of incredible. All these years later, they're still good at that. Ooh, back in Ohio. Back in Ohio. Man, oh, back up to the 60s. So, I mean, I guess, I don't know if that was in the area like for about a decade now. I keep hearing about all these pythons, and then occasionally it gets real cold, and that's like the best thing to do to combat the pythons. So, hopefully, this cold weather killed some of them things. I mean, if it seems like it's crazy. They just eat everything from what I hear. I don't know. I'm not, obviously, I'm not a Floridian, but it seems like those things are a bit problematic, and sometimes cold weather helps. Then it also, man, ain't messing with my strawberries, is it? I love me some strawberries. And I assume they come from Florida, not just oranges. I don't really care about oranges. I mean, look, if they lost all their, I mean, I like orange juice. I'm a human, unlike everybody else who doesn't like orange juice. Except after brushing your teeth, of course. You should probably have the orange juice first. Norm had an awesome joke about that. Well, that's not really what the joke was about, but it was a part of the joke. think he was talking about like the Netflix thumbs up, thumbs down, and he was just like, that's just like kind of not enough because he's like, take the most evil character in history, thumbs down. Orange juice after brushing your teeth, also a thumbs down, but like not the same. I was like, yeah, he's right. He's totally right. I know you said something like I forget what you said, man. Oh yeah, Jones. I think it was right before Jones got hurt. You were like, if he's not a superstar, we're screwed. And then he immediately got hurt. And the answer was Phillip Rivers, man. I don't know. Maybe you're right. That guy's got to go. Now aren't they like, oh my god, dude, you're right, man. I was just like, come on, man. You can't just fire everybody all the time. Colts seem like they're pretty good to me. I thought. Um, as a Browns fan, look, I think everybody's pretty good to me as a Browns fan. You might be right, dude. Might be time for old Ballard to go. What do you think about Ursay's daughter? Like, is she cool? She seems like she's gonna be a good owner. She seems like she's really, if she really wants to, she's like really hands on. I think it's not usually good from the owner. I would think, but then maybe she's like, do I need to fire Chris Ballard? I don't know. She just seems for an owner. I don't know if I like an owner on the sideline taking notes. Again, I'm a Browns fan though. Our owner's this is the kind of guy our owner is. He hires a search committee. The search committee's like, hey, this is who we think you should hire to be head coach, and he's like, nah, I want this guy. It's like, well, then why'd you hire the search committee? Oh no, she's horrible. Uh-oh, not good. Not good for the Colts. 250 total to see the SPAC run. That's not bad, right? Yeah, not bad at all. Um, I mean, look, I'm totally comfortable. I'm not going to say I wouldn't want to do one of the Spear shows, but yeah, pound for pound, man, it just isn't worth it. I'm fine couch touring it totally. Um, and I mean, I haven't even seen nearly the amount of Phish shows that a lot of you guys have, but I've seen a lot of Phish shows. I feel like I've seen a lot all through the different years too. I try not to have too big. I don't want like a 10-year gap or anything, but I don't know. I don't need to see them multiple times every year. I mean, we always wish that we could just get a good sound. I mean, still, we wish we could just get soundboard audio only. Maybe make it a little cheaper. Webcasts get a little out of control sometimes, but they're probably like, well, dude, you're not supposed to couch tour every single show, every single tour and run, but hey, we're Phish fans. What do you expect us to do? Nugs knew we were going to do that as Phish fans. Yeah, you're right. We got a Pro Bowl quarterback, dude. You're right. In fact, two of our quarterbacks made the Pro Bowl. Flacco, the guy that we traded because we knew we had another Pro Bowler on deck. As far as Gabriel didn't make the Pro Bowl. I mean, my God. Slim pickings, huh? I don't know what I think of the new coach, too. I don't know how closely you guys followed the Browns head coaching search, but the sitting defensive coordinator, who's done a great job as the defensive coordinator, he wanted the head coaching job, and he was passed over. And they asked the new coach, like, basically, what do you think? Like, Jim Schwartz wanted the job, and now he's like here, and he's like, look, I didn't take this job because of Jim Schwartz, man. I don't really care about Jim Schwartz. Who the fuck's Jim Schwartz? When I prepared to play against the Browns, I wasn't scared of Jim Schwartz. I was worried about Myles Garrett and Denzel Ward. So I'm like, all right, man, the guy's no nonsense. Halloween '95, Chicago. Boom. 100. Mine was like about 40 years later, and I think I'm up to like 39. I always get the number wrong. 37 maybe. Shit. I can look on .net right now, I think. Um, off. Gonna go to like my shows or something. Yeah. 38. All right, I was right in the middle of 37 and 39. 38. I guess I was forgetting the Schottenstein Center. I did have a gap there in between 19 and 22, but so did a lot of folks. And then there was, the big gap was from 2010 to 14. That's not as big as it seems now looking at it. That was voluntary though. '03. Yeah, I don't know. But I kind of don't even count the 1.0 shows. I really kind of consider Cincinnati '03 my first shows. And then Deer Creek that summer. Um, 38. Okay, 38. 38. I got to remember that. I was stuck. Where was the number? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, okay. So I was stuck on 33 for a while. 4. I don't know. Who knows? Yes, it is. Dude, 10 years ago, I was like, yeah, I'd say, they're still cool, but I'd say their days of like legendary shows are over. I said that like 10 years ago. Whoops. I mean, the entire Baker's Dozen. I think, anyhow, I guess maybe not everybody agrees is high on the Baker's Dozen, but I think, when their career's written, that's going to be like a major chapter, like the Clifford Ball, Cypress. It should be, I think it's like on that level of things that are super noteworthy from their career, I guess, right? I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. 7:30:21 at 20. That kind of fits pretty closely into my thought. Most people like start out somewhere in between 16 and 20 years old. Not everyone, but I don't know. This Les Claypool's tour seems pretty cool. I don't know that I'll go to any of the shows. I believe they're coming to Columbus. Um, I really love the idea, though. Les is like in all three bands, and they just kind of he basically never leaves stage as one band slowly exits and the other comes on. I think that's a great, cool idea. Yeah. What's up with the drum kits? Are you gonna have like multiple drum kits set up and ready to go? Is it gonna be like a rotating stage? Yeah, I have never seen them live. I've seen the Frog Brigade. I saw Bucket of Bernie Brains. I never did see him with Lennon though. Cool. Okay, Mike, good deal. I don't know if I mean, in Chicago is certainly a location I would see Phish. Um, Always hoping they're closer, but let's say there's a final tour. And I found Marvin years ago on accident. I went to a show. God, what was the guy's name? He used to be a drummer for Herbie Hancock and Headhunters. And he was playing like a local jazz club or something around here. And I was like, oh man, that guy was an amazing drummer. Uh, Damn, I wish I could remember his name. Well, anyways, Marvin opened for him, and they just kind of blew me away. And they've come back through Dayton one time since then. I went and saw them. I saw them in Milwaukee with a friend one time, and I might have saw them in Dayton a third time actually too. Now that I think about it, because I saw them at this tiny little bar. But yeah, I just kind of accidentally discovered them and been listening to them and kind of seeing them off and on for like 10 years now. Maybe it's not 10 years. Maybe it was, yeah, maybe it is actually. Okay, cool. Or Alpine. Good deal. Keep that in mind. Boom. Cool. Good deal, man. Where are you going to go see them at, Paul? Where at? Uh, they might even be coming somewhere else in Ohio. I think Columbus was the closest to me, though. I'm pretty sure. And that's a pretty cool place they're playing. Not a huge place they're playing in Columbus, but a cool place. Guess I'm just surprised that they're not bigger. Hmm. Hopefully, there's some good quality. I know. I think sometimes they Primus puts out some good stuff on their YouTube channel. Nice, cool. I haven't actually seen Claypool live in any variation in quite a while. Um, when the last time might have been. Okay, they're also playing in Cleveland. Cool. Oh, that's where you're going. Nice, cool. Yeah, even though I'm in Ohio, Cleveland's a bit of a trip. I could get to like Indianapolis quicker. I mean, it's not too bad. It's like 3-ish hours sometimes, depending on where, Sometimes you're sort of on the southwest side of Cleveland. I get there a little quicker. If on the northeast side of Cleveland, it's like, damn, where am I going? Long Island? It's crazy. Long ass time ago. The first time I ever went to Blossom, you ain't gonna believe who I saw live. I guess you would say not in concert, live at Blossom though. This would have been 1996 or seven. You'll never get. I just got to tell you, you're never gonna guess. You're gonna be like the Goo Goo Dolls or something, Nirvana, Pearl Jam, Jim Rome. Went to a Jim Rome extravaganza, a tour stop, I think they used to call them. I loved listening to Jim Rome on the radio, and he was coming to Cleveland, and me and my friends that listened, we got tickets. I think they were free tickets. And there's some local, I think maybe some guys for the Indians, maybe a Browns player or two was there. Remember Denny Nagel was there. And then, Rome came out and did about an hour of just kind of talking. I wouldn't call it stand-up comedy, but I don't know, just his brand of sports talk, I guess. Can't believe that dude's still around, too. It's hardcore, dude. You're right. Going and seeing Jim Rome at Pavilion, the Jungle. Dude, there's some rowdy. I don't know if that was considered his heyday or not, mid to late 90s, but does he still play that clip? I immediately knew what you were talking about. Oh, the Tweezer Blossom a few years ago. What was that, 22 maybe? My first Phish at Blossom might have been 2010. And I saw a killer one in 2015, a really good show at Blossom in 15. I think I missed the Blossom Possum. What was that, like 11 or 12 or something? Just missed it. If I was still going to shows in 11, 12, and 13, could have caught the Blossom Possum. I walked out on the Alpine Possum one time. I mean, I don't know if it was like legendary or anything, but I was like, that's it. It might have been one of the first times I was like, I'm getting a head start. Hey, what's up, man? Not much. This is me just like taking it easy, man. Hey, man, I had a tooth infection. Went through had a really painful couple of nights. It is much better now, though. And thank you to everybody that was like well-wishing me. I know everybody's had a toothache at some point. I've had multiple toothaches in my life, obviously. This was the worst. It was an infection. I think somebody shouted out, go get some antibiotics immediately. I was like, don't you got to get a prescription for that? I'm going to get me some Axilla. That's what they got me on, the old Axilla. Momo Axilla. The Momo Dance Axilla. You know which one I'm talking about, that popular antibiotic. And then ibuprofen, man. They didn't give me the good stuff when it comes to the pain. Guess that's good for swelling and whatnot, too, but I'm like, come on, doc, give me the goods. I mean, I ain't saying you got to give me morphine, but actually, I don't like opiate pain pills. I was a lightweight. They always fucked my stomach up real bad. I know those things are dangerous anyhow, and lots of people have had problems with them. So I'm glad, man. And I just always kind of liked. I couldn't handle any of the hard stuff. If I had a soundboard of Jim Rome's, we would prank call people. Oh, you did have one. So, and I don't know about you guys. I think I said at the beginning, I try to overeat anytime I have to take an antibiotic because it's like, ugh. Ooh, Field of Vision 2, huh? I mean, last year was pretty awesome. Are they going to try? I don't know. I felt like at some point during Field of Vision, I'm like, are they purposely leaving stuff on the table because they know they're coming back next year? Because I feel like when they go to Chicago, they're always like, we're trying not to repeat anything here. And then they were like, now we're trying to find a song that we've never played in Chicago. It's like, come on, guys. You don't have to get this unique with every show. Shit. But yeah, I think they did 2 years in a row in Chicago. Maybe both of them were marathon shows, and they were like, we didn't repeat any shows from last year. I'd have been fine with some repeats. I wasn't at both shows, but my friend that I went with, my friend, he was at last year or whatever it would have been, 23, 24. I don't know. I'm surprised they haven't come out with like 8 albums since their most recent release. So that's 35 minutes. Not bad. I should go in there and eat some lunch now. What time is it? Oh shit, it's only 10:40. Damn. Flurries. There's flurries out there. I don't need to see that. I did get a big laugh out of the dentist and his assistant. This will be the last thing I say. It was pretty obvious, but it was just like I kind of hit the timing and the delivery of it. I just had like the excitement of a kid. He was like, "So you like all this snow?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, the shoveling's been my favorite." And him and the girl laughed, and I think he accidentally like jabbed me in the eye with a scalpel or something. All right, dude. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm not real. I don't follow the NBA closely, but I just don't know if I would trade for a dude that's 36 years old and wants like $100 million or something and can't play defense. And I don't know. But I guess they claim, I mean, him and Mitchell, are they even going to work together? I guess they better hope that Allen and Mobley just are ready to go every single game because they're going to need those guys picking up the slack. But, well, I don't know. Maybe they just wanted to really get rid of Garland. I wasn't a big fan of the trade, but I don't really know much about the NBA. I just saw the A. I do know Garland and I do know the beard. And I was like, is that the guy like 40? And has he ever won really on a major scale? Has he ever won? Isn't he just like a regular season hero? What's he ever done? Lost in the finals, I recall, as a Thunder, member of the Thunder. Thunder. Boom.